How would I define the role of an agile coach within a team? And how does it differ from a scrum master or a project manager? Well, let's deal with the latter half first. An agile coach, is it different from a scrum master? A scrum master is an agile coach. Not all agile coaches are scrum masters. But in a team setting, there's probably a lot of similarities. In fact, I would say they're basically the same thing. An agile coach may not be using Scrum, a Scrum master is more likely to be using Scrum, but there's not a whole heap of difference here. They are both focused on helping that team and ultimately the organization understand and use the processes that we talk about, the frameworks, the tools, the techniques, to be more effective at delivering their products. And so I see very little difference between an agile coach and a Scrum master. And you might choose one or the other job title for flavor or to make your CV look good. And I'm fine with that. I've used both. Now, a project manager, that is a different beast. They are doing something very different to a scrum master or an agile coach. This is somebody who is there to deliver a thing, a project. Okay? Projects have starts, they have ends, they have predefined plans going into them. Now, project managers get very upset with me, but it doesn't change the definition of words. What they are there to do is get a thing delivered. And if we take the straw man project manager that I don't really see anymore, they're going to drive that work. They're going to assign work. And that's got nothing to do with Scrum Mastery. That's got nothing to do with Agile coaching or Agile or particularly effective delivery. Some project managers, though, are very people-oriented. They understand that success is the individuals. They understand that creating an environment where those people can excel is what it's about. And they will look a lot and sound a lot like a Scrum Master. They happen to have a job title, project manager. But they're probably not leading a project. They're probably focused on a team, helping them deliver. Project managers, nothing wrong with them. In the Agile world, they bring valuable skills. They can use them, but we want to use them in a different way. It's not about driving delivery. It's not about focusing on following processes, on delivering pre-agreed stuff, as traditionally we've considered project managers. It's about using their skills of stakeholder management, of communication, of planning, of managing risks, of scope, and applying them in a different way. They can do that and they can do it wonderfully well. Now, do they choose to call themselves project managers or do they want to adopt an agile coach or a scrum master job title? I'll be honest, I care no more about that than I do whether a scrum master calls themselves an agile coach or a scrum master. It's a job title. And if you get worked up on that, we're probably not going to sit down and have a beer anytime soon. And I'm fine with that too. What I want is somebody who's going to turn up and help that team be as effective as it can be. I want somebody who's going to look at the environment and think, what do we need to change here? What is possible? Who can I talk to? Who do I need to go and work with to understand how these things, whatever they may be, technology, systems, processes, policies, this thing is impacting the team negatively. Without it or with it in a different way, this team could be better. And I'm willing to go and have that conversation. Project managers have those skills. No better, no worse than great Scrum Masters, than great Agile coaches. And in fact, if I'm going to talk about it, all three of these roles really come back to that. Any one of them, and again, don't care what the job title is, any one of them needs to be focused ruthlessly on creating an environment where the team can deliver. Agile, at the end of the day, is about delivering the right thing to a customer as quickly as they can. They're going to go down the wrong route occasionally. That's part of the game. A Scrum Master, an Agile coach, a project manager is going to be there trying to create an environment where they can do that. Create space for them to make mistakes and learn from them. Remind them when they drift off track. Hold them accountable to the working agreements, to the values, to the processes that they as a team have agreed. What I want, and I'm happy with any job title, is somebody who is there to coach the team in being better as a team at achieving the goal they are aimed at. So let's go back to the first question. Kind of answered it. How do I define the role of an Agile coach? All of that. The role of an Agile coach is somebody who is there to help people be better at their jobs. They work with teams. They work with organizations. Throughout this, they're going to have an almost boring level of focus on how do we be better? How do we do this differently next time to see whether or not that improves? Constantly experimenting and changing and learning, because we know that what works today may or may not work tomorrow. But we also know that what works today can be improved. And an Agile coach is going to take that forwards. They're going to constantly be working with the team and the organization, seeking out those improvements.